Hello, my name is Jackson McDaniel, and today we're doing a special interview with a really special person. Her name is Leta Hollingworth. Hello, Leta. How are you today?
Great, thank you. How about yourself?
I'm doing fine myself. So tell me a little bit about yourself and your life.
I was born in Chadron, Nebraska on May 25th, 1886. Wow, I'm old.
Well, how many siblings do you have, and how was life at home?
Well, I have two younger sisters named Ruth and Margaret. Wow, how do I start this? Life at home wasn't the best childhood in which any child wanted. My mother passed away immediately after giving birth to my youngest sister, Margaret. I really didn't grow up having a father. My father abandoned us and left us with my mother's parents for about 10 years. Throughout the whole time we were there with them, our family suffered from alcoholism from my father and stepmother.
So how did that make you and your two sisters feel?
We felt lonely, isolated, and we really didn't feel comfortable at all being in a place. We missed our home, the family that we had with my grandparents.
So tell me, how old were you when you first started writing?
Well, at the age of 14, I had published my first poem entitled Lone Pine.
So what happened after you finished high school?
When I finished high school, I attended the University of Nebraska. Also there is where I met my husband.
So how is your husband? How does he support you in your work?
My husband is great, of course. He supports me in everything I do. He is also a psychologist. We help each other as much as possible in everything we do.
So what are your thoughts on psychology, and what have you accomplished in the field?
Well, I want to let people know that my master's thesis of sex is really unprofessional and shouldn't discriminate women and what they want to accomplish in life. I'm very feminist, and as much as men have the right to have a degree, we women can do the same thing, and even better. I also wanted to say that as some of the men achieve eminence, this would also be true that more men would fall at the opposite end of the continuum.
So you're saying that women have the same eminence as men do?
Of course, there are women there are much smarter than men, just that they don't take advantage of the power and the mind that they have.
So I also read that you have obtained the position of Chief of Psychology at the New York Bellevue Hospital. How does that make you feel to accomplish such a high position?
It's an honor to have that position, and it makes me feel like somebody in life. If I can do it, any woman also has the possibility of getting a great position in any job.
So in your doctoral thesis that you made in Columbia University, you addressed the functional periodically, or the woman menstrual cycle. You had tested 23 women who were on the menstrual cycle to do the task that 2 men were doing. What are your thoughts and opinions on the results of the thesis?
I was content with the results because the results concluded that there were no differences in women's preference on any of these tests during any phase of the cycle. It showed that even though women have a menstrual cycle, they still have the capability of doing the same kind of work that men do. A woman's menstrual cycle doesn't affect the performance of a woman's task.
Well, thank you, Ms. Leta. That's all the time that we have today for this interview, and I appreciate you, real deeply, and thank you for your time, and have a great day.
Thank you, Mr. McDaniels, for having me here.